This is the most realistic market. Here you are studying only few of the features. When you go to the university, its scope will be widened and it has a limitless scope. The study of oligopoly has a limitless scope. And as you proceed from one class to another and you have the chance to study oligopoly, the scope goes on becoming bigger and wider. And the reason being that this is the realistic market. Before we take the features, let us try to understand its meaning. When there are a small number of firms in the market, एक चीज को बनाने वाली गिनती की फर्में हैं, limited number of firms. How much number is not defined. But still it is defined in another way, which we will take up little later. So oligopoly is a market situation in which there are a few firms, or if number of firms is large, there are only a few big firms. So either only few firms or large number of firms. Take for example car industry. कार में कितने फैक्ट्रीज गिन सकते हो, नाम गिन सकते हो. मारुति है, टाटा है, और पता नहीं कितने नाम हैं. But you cannot go beyond 10, 12 companies producing cars in India. It is a case of oligopoly. In case of second, I give you another example. For example, milk production. Milk production, you can also count big firms, few in number. For example, in Delhi, Amul, Mother Dairy, DMC, Paras, and few more brands. But at the same time, there are large number of small firms, जिनको आप बोलते हैं ग्वाले, जिनके पास एक भैंस है, दो भैंस है, और वो दूध सप्लाई करते हैं, दूध बेचते हैं. They are also firms. But among them, there are few big firms. It is also a case of oligopoly. अब इसमें सवाल आता है कि स्मॉल से क्या मतलब है. स्मॉल से मतलब किसी नंबर से नहीं है. By small we do not mean a particular number. By small we mean the number is so small that each firm reacts to the decision taken by its rival firms. When can he react? The firm can react only when he knows something about the rival firm. When can he know about his rival firms? He or she can know about the rival firms only when the number of firms is small. In your classroom, if there are only 5-7 students, In another class, there are 50, 70 students. What is the chance that you know about each student? In a smaller class, you may know about many things about these 5 or 7 students, but in a bigger class, you just cannot know much about. You may also know about 5, 7, 10, 12 students, but not more than that. So their reactions are not important, but here reactions are important. The number is so small that rivals react. Now this is not present. This reaction feature of oligopoly is not present in other market forms like perfect competition, monopolistic competition, and monopoly. There we assume that no rival reacts. Here we say the rival reacts. So number is so small that the rival reacts. Now before we take up the features, if suppose there are only 2 firms, this is also few. We call a special case of oligopoly, we call it duopoly. So remember, duopoly is also oligopoly, but it's a limiting case, the lower case of oligopoly. It is just for the sake of knowledge and nothing else. Having seen the meaning, we now come to the features of oligopoly. We will take up 4 features. One feature is incorporated in our definition, that a few firms or a few large firms. This is one feature of oligopoly. I told you how many, not defined. If there are only 2, it is called a duopoly. When the number of firms is small, each firm's share in total market supply is likely to be substantial. Remember, each firm's share in total market supply is likely to be substantial. And it is a common sense. If your share in the market supply is substantial, you can enjoy the power to influence the market price. That power to influence the market price was not there in perfect competition, was not there in monopolistic competition, but it was there in monopoly, because there the producer was only one. Here we are saying few, maybe 5, maybe 7, maybe 10, maybe 12. Few enough that each of these producers can exercise some influence. Not that influence which a monopolist can exercise some influence on the market price of the commodity. This is the implication of this feature. He can exercise influence by raise the price by lowering the supply, and lower the price by raising the supply, and all that. Then come to second feature, which is very important and which is not found in any other market form. उसका भी जिक्र हम कर चुके हैं. Mutually interdependent. On taking price and output decisions. क्या मतलब है इसका? What does it mean? I told you one feature while explaining the meaning, reaction. In this market form, we assume that rivals react. In all other market forms, we assume that rivals do not react. So when rivals react, and you want to take a decision about setting a price or setting an output level you are likely to produce, then you are bound to take the likely reactions of your rivals before taking a decision. Suppose you want to raise the price of the product you are producing, and your rivals do not raise. Your move